Hello everybody! Today I'm in a pajama and that's not because I'm here to lazy away today, but because I'm here to tell you about dreaming and teach you dreaming and about dreaming as an entertainment or even as a sport or spiritual practice at its highest level. So dreaming, it's not the same as just sleeping. Sleeping is something that everybody has to do. Dreaming is something that most of everybody should do. I'm going to lay out for you over here all the variables of dreaming, and believe me, I have done quite a bit of science on this. Variables of dreaming and what the steps are to make our dreaming a little bit better, and what are our dreaming goals. This is what we want. We want our dreams to be filled with detail. We want better dream recall. We want longer sequences of dreaming. Longer dream sequences. We want dreams of a world where we have not been. Those could be some of our dreaming goals. I'll explain to you how we're gonna achieve this. And this dream program, I'm going to list for you a couple of items that can help you in achieving those dream goals. What were those goals, by the way? Well, you already forgot that. It's the same with your dreams. There was something there in the scape of your mind, but it got wiped. You forgot that. It was there. Let's divide it up like this. There are products, there's programs, and there's variables that affect your dreamscape. The products that affect your dreamscape can have a negative or positive effect on it. The factors and the program's variables, same with these, all can have positives or negatives in it. There's stuff we need, and we're gonna place that here. Next, I'm going to make you a list about all the stuff that I use for the dreaming. First of all, a place to sleep. A variable in your place to sleep could be light. How dark is it where you sleep? A product to mitigate this variable might be a sleep mask. I don't use one nowadays, but I used to use one. First of all, if you want to be a dreamer, you have to have a place to sleep. There are some environmental factors, like pollution, that can have an effect on your dreams. And it can have an effect of you forgetting them, having an effect of decreasing the recall of your dreams because of pollution. I don't know the exact chemistry behind this, but I know that this is true. I'm not just spouting bullshit to make you afraid of getting Alzheimer's disease, but I feel that there's something going on over here that they don't want you to know. When you really focus on your dreams, it's most better that you don't breathe any exhaust fumes. It's better in general. When you focus on your dreams, your breathing air has to be clean. Preferably try to live in a clean area. But on top of that, quit going out during the day when there's a lot of cars and this sort of stuff. Don't walk there. Don't take that street. If you want to really make your dreams good, avoid those areas. Things to avoid. This is kind of like part of the program. Pollution. That's a thing to avoid. Avoid pollution if you want to make your dreams, the goals, fulfill. Other stuff that you want to avoid, all intoxicating stuff, all addictive substances. Get rid of that shit. No addictive substances. And most of all human contact. We could write over here diet What's the best diet for a dreamer? Well, there's so much variability over here. Okay, so we need a place to sleep. We preferably need a dream program. I'm gonna explain the dream program next. A dream program is something that I listen to while I sleep. Headphones on. This is also a product that I use for the dreaming stuff. Headphones. Headphones that are comfortable for you to wear during the whole night. Dream program. This has a lot of variability in it. Find a one that suits for you. It might be an audio book, it might be a song, it might be music, or it might be something else. But it's something that plays on a loop, and that's what you need next. Device with loop playback. Something that you can play a certain file on repeat. This is what we are seeking when we want to get our dreams to this level. We need something that we can loop the program on through the headphones. Nowadays I sleep in a very dark room and I have this camera light. There, I can turn that off, and beside me on the bed I have a notebook like this. Preferably I would say that dream journaling should be done in a small notebook. Something that you don't have to have a table to use. And ballpoint pens are the preferable option for the dream journal, not fountain pens, because ballpoints are quicker to use. Here's a couple of variables, or they are also products. So water, the water that you drink, especially in America, but I would say that across the globe, get one of these. It's a water filter. Here there's a filter, the water goes through it. It removes some of the heavy metal stuff and that sort of game from the water. And that stuff is also in the pollution. So we want to get rid of this to really make our dream recall ability very, very clear. So no smoking, absolutely no smoking. As you understand, this is starting to get pretty fucking hardcore. We need real dedication to this. But the payoff is great, you know, the stuff you can see is just fucking awesome. As I said, I'm not here to cure your insomnia. And if you use some sleep aid type fucking pills and that sort of game, you know, you're so far away, you know, to really dream good. You know, you live in like a chemical induced stubborn state. You have no clue what good dreaming really is until you have tried some of this stuff. This fucking amazing stuff that you can see, like amazing. Then we have some practices we can do. This might help. One of them is meditation. Meditation is very good of a practice to make your dreamscape clear out and make your dreams a lot better. Exercise, it can help, but you have to take into consideration that if you live in a very polluted area, getting that exercise is also going to expose you to some environmental harms that are going to make your dreams actually worse. So think about that. There's visualization. I have told you about this before. Fasting is one of those things that can also help to get clear out the dreamscape a little bit. There's a lot of stuff that you can do, but you have to try this out. You have to practice and you have to just experiment on this. You have to understand variables over here. There's so many things that can go really wrong. There can come a night that you cannot really remember your dreams. Then next day you notice that you're kind of running out of food and you think about going to the grocery store. And you decide, no, I'm not gonna go to the grocery store, I'm just going to starve a bit. and you go to sleep and all of a sudden you have like the most amazing dream. It's because the environmental stuff that the system takes that the system inputs into your body is so unnatural. There's a lot of stuff that the system puts into your body that is so kind of out of whack, makes you so out of whack and untuned to this stuff, that if you want to really make your whole body system kind of able to receive this game, next we should understand a bit of how the dream experience actually happens. So as I said, I'm not trying to cure your insomnia, but this is the real cure for your insomnia. For real, it's the real cure for your insomnia. So and we have to understand dreaming, like how long does it actually take for you to fall asleep? If you had an audiobook, for example, how many minutes would it take for you to listen to the audiobook until you no longer remember anything about what was being said and you get into this song, this like deep? How many minutes would it take? For me it's something like 5. I have very good gifts for sleep, Even if I have slept through the fucking whole day and I play some audiobook and I just listen to it, it will take me tops a half hour to just tune out, I will be just gone. I can sleep without being tired. I have practiced this stuff so much, I can put myself into the dreaming mode without me being even that tired. But if you're tired, it's going to help a bit. So it's dreaming as entertainment. It's much better. The video games, it's better. The movies, this is the best entertainment experience you're ever gonna have. More products that are going to help you on your journey is a pajama. I recommend one from Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren! Get a Ralph Lauren pajama. You're gonna understand why. They're the best. Sleeping in a bathrobe is also a great idea. Okay, so then you have the pillows and that kind of stuff. If you have chronic pain problems, there's a way to use dreaming also as pain relief. Because when you're dreaming, you don't feel any pain. So there's a way to magnify on your dream life and spend about 3/4 of more time there too. I would say it's very enjoyable type of experience to live life as a dreamer. I would feel that society should have about 5% of these people that are dedicated to this stuff. The visionaries of our culture should be there. And we should start appreciating the value of this. But it's very hard for me to come and give you the experience. I can only tell you all the variables and how it's actually done. I know that this works, by the way. I know that this works. There might be some individual type of variability there, but I know that this works. I've done this so much. I know that this is real.